Reaper Metal Productions. I am Adam of Unbaptized Records, here to make a brand new video for you today. Today is going to be another game I play where I go through my patches, and in a minute or less I discuss the band, something you don't know about the band, or maybe something of interest, or let you know where they stand in my ranking, talk about some of my favorite albums or experiences with the band. Again, I got this idea directly from a Hellcast episode, which I will link to in the description and try to give it a timestamp as well. But basically just grabbing a patch at random, not going through any of the bands I already went through in my last video, and just giving a 1 minute or less description of the band, or just talking about an experience I had with them, or maybe a favorite album or something. So really trying to randomize them here, not looking. All right, what do we have? Okay, first is the band Pounder. This is a Matt Harvey heavy metal project. They are now on to their third album, I believe. They also have a 7-inch and a tape. The tape, there was only 100 made, in the 7-inch. Not sure how many, maybe 3, but I have that signed by Matt Harvey, and I have their other albums on CD. I used to have them on LP too, but I wasn't just that big of a fan of them, so I ended up getting rid of them. But they're a great heavy metal band. Matt can do pretty good high vocals. Definitely not my favorite heavy metal band, but I'm also not the biggest fan of heavy metal, so I think they're great, and I think that if you like Matt Harvey's other projects, you're going to like Pounder. So I definitely recommend them, and they have a new CD that just came out last year, so definitely at least consider picking that up or checking that out on YouTube. Next we have Swedish band Monar, melodic death metal band that I really haven't cared too much about since like high school, early college. I have seen them live a few times. I thought they were good, but not great. So I recently went to see Cannibal Corpse and Obituary, and the headliner was Amon Amarth. I thought the show they put on was awesome, but the music is just kind of boring for me. I really used to like them a lot more back in the day. I definitely think the early albums are worth listening to, especially the ones that came out in the 90s. Pretty much everything past that, it's not bad. It's true metal. It's just okay. I think they have kind of a cool image, the whole Viking thing, and they have the schooner on stage, but it's not really for me anymore. I feel like, in a lack of a better terms, I kind of outgrew it, but it's still good metal, just not something I necessarily care about as much anymore. All right, what's next? Okay, speaking of bands I don't care about too much either, hey, Bolt Thrower. And I want to be fair. If there's bands I love, I'll tell you I love them. Bands I don't care about, I'm going to let you know too. I own one Bolt Thrower CD. Don't even remember the name of it. Didn't really care. Thought they were kind of boring. I got this patch, I think this was at Summer Slaughter 2019 in Rhode Island, because I knew Bolt Thrower was a pretty decent band, fairly well known, band I was familiar with. Not the biggest fan, but I do enjoy them. I think they're okay, and it's a true enough band. But I wanted to grab this patch because I hadn't seen any around. I have it sewn on my vest, as you can obviously tell, and this is one of the older ones I have. This is probably one I'd give away or donate or something, because I don't foresee myself putting a Bolt Thrower patch on my vest anytime soon. Really not the biggest fan. And from what I understand, they're not the nicest people in the band anyways, and don't really get along, so don't really care about them. So I don't think I need it. Okay, what's next? Next we have Spanish pathological gore grind band Hemorrhage. This is the Punk Carnage, specifically Punk Carnage patch. I believe I got this for free. This might have been a Justin Horville freebie they threw in. I don't remember ordering a Hemorrhage patch. I am a fan of their music. This is definitely one of those that, being talked about so much on certain channels, you hear about it enough, you want to check them out. And surely enough, I did enjoy it, because I do love the kind of music that they put out. I just never gave them a chance, because I think I really just never heard of them until pretty recently. So, but now that I've listened to them, they're great. I'm glad I have picked them up and have listened to them. I own a few CDs and LPs by them. I think if you're familiar with this channel, there's really not much detail you need to go into Hemorrhage. Although I think the story of someone calling into HH and asking for Hemorrhage and not knowing what band it was, that is pretty funny. So, no, Hemorrhage. All right, what do we have next? All right, next we have my favorite band of all time, with album art from my favorite album of all time, Decapitation, Monolith of Inhumanity patch. I have 2 of these. These were specifically a Halloween special. They came with this golden border. I think one may have been a yellow border and a red border as well. I think the red border is the other one I have. Um, this is obviously my favorite band of all time, and my favorite album, definitely possibly tied with Humanure, but I think this one edges it out just a little bit. Really not a ton for me to say. I know this band also in the underground gets a lot of hate for whatever reason. I don't really care. They're my favorite band. I'm never going to apologize for that, and not going to care that people don't like the band because two of the members are vegetarian or whatever. It doesn't make a difference to me. I love the music. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. More for me. There's a few more I'll go over in this video. All right, next we have the band Zoth, or Zoth, Xoth. Not exactly sure how you pronounce it. I know I have another patch in here as well, which, I won't keep in here. Next video I do, might as well show it as well. It's a logo patch because it's kind of small. I don't know if you can really see the logo. This is an awesome, I guess maybe blackened technical death metal band. Not really sure exactly how to categorize them. From Seattle. They're a fairly new band as well. Only have a couple of releases out, but they did a really nice release with like a triple gatefold or a double gatefold, I guess, however you want to say it, where it has actual, like a trifold fold out, which is really cool. And those are kind of pretty rare. Maybe they did 100 of a couple different colors, but that was for their newest album. And this is the album art. They also have 2 other releases that are full lengths and a demo. I have the second album on LP as well. I don't think the first one ever came out, but I do have the CD. I think a lot of people should give them more attention. I also think they're going to be one of the up and coming bands, kind of like I said about Electrocutioner and a few others that are in here somewhere that I haven't gotten to, but I would definitely take a listen to them if you're maybe more into just the underground music and don't like as much of the cleaner production. You may not like them, but I think more people can expand and listen to things outside of just the most raw, brutal, or underground stuff. And, Zoth is definitely a great example of that band that sounds good, even though it's got a cleaner production. I think it's still worth listening to for sure. All right, I'm going to do maybe 2 more here. All right, another band that is on my top 5 list is Dying Fetus. Really not much has to be said about this band. I think you all know enough about this band already. This is a cool logo. I have 3 of these. I have a white and a red one as well, and it's the old school logo, not the bold font logo. So again, really not much needs to be said about them. Chances are you already know enough, but glad I was able to get my hands on a few of their patches. I'll do 1 more. All right, this is awesome. So this is the band Angel Corpse. This is, I think they eventually went on, some of the members, to do Perdition Temple. Angel Corpse and Perdition Temple are both awesome. Angel Corpse is sort of like if the good early Morbid Angel music continued the way it was, Abominations of Desolation and Altars of Madness, the speed that they had, the anger, the energy, onto a few more albums in the early 90s, that's what it would have sounded like, essentially, if they had continued. It's sort of like how Pharmacist continued, what Carcass could have sounded like after their second album. This is sort of like if Altars of Madness had ended and the band got their stuff together and decided not to put out albums that weren't so great after that, although Blessed Are the Sick is fine, Covenant's okay, but Domination is crap. This is what they would have sounded like. So if you like early, like Shub Niggurath, if you like, obviously, early Morbid Angel, like I mentioned, definitely check out Angel Corpse if you don't know them already. So that's it for this video. I'll probably do 1 or 2 more based on the amount of patches I have left. Let me know if any of the bands I talked about, ones that you like, especially the ones that maybe don't get a lot of talk about, either in the underground scene or even in the mainstream scene, social media scene, whatever. The thing I would love to do more than anything else in this channel is bring attention to bands that not a lot of people know about. That's how I heard about a lot of bands that I like now, and I would love to do that for other people. So let me know what you thought of these, and I'll see you in the next video.